Hi everyone, today I'd like to share my perspective on a very important subject. Due to community guidelines, I have to be careful about the language I use, so there are some censored or diluted terms used in this video. The process of seminal fluid retention is applicable to both men and women. It involves a conscious effort to conserve the vital energy present in seminal fluid. I was recently sent a video where the speaker said that women can't benefit from this practice because there's no in their bodies for them to raise. Now, just to be clear, the art of retention focuses on seminal fluid preservation and absorption, not specifically, although it is a factor. As stated in The Cell of Life, Awakening and Regenerating, procreative ejections include two different substances. The organs of the lower region work together to process one, the procreative seed, so sperm for male or ovum for female, and two, the procreative seminal fluid. The seed is processed in the testes of the male and the ovaries of the female, and the fluid portion is processed in the male prostate gland and the female Bartholin glands or Skene's glands. Now, there are other writers, researchers, and authorities that verify this information, and those people include Dr. Carey, Dr. Richard Brown, Dr. Raymond Bernard, Madame Blavatsky, Dr. Herbert Shelton, and Satyajit Patidar, and that's just to name a few. And here's what Dr. Hilton Hotema said on the subject. The semen, seminal fluid, is excreted by the prostate, as stated, and the zoa, seeds, by the gonads, the life essence of the body. So he's highlighting two separate parts of something that combines when it's released. These two different substances, one, the seeds, and two, the fluids, do not combine unless ejaculation or climax occurs. When they are not expelled, their molecules can be reabsorbed by the lymphatic system and redistributed throughout the body. So again, the art of retention focuses on seminal fluid retention in both men and women. It also involves serotonin, as we'll come to see in a while, which again is the same for both of the sexes. Retention involves a conscious effort to A, conserve vital chemicals like lecithin and phosphorus, and B, vital energy present in procreative substance, meaning the electric power in the body's seminal fluids. Seminal fluids contain an electrical charge that contributes to overall energy levels within the body. Retention focuses on conserving these vital fluids instead of releasing them through ejection or partly due to the presence of sialic acid on the cell surface. Seminal fluids have a high degree of electric potential. In other words, it's a supercharged substance. As the seminal fluids mature through retention, they acquire an even more potent negative charge, measured between -16 to -20 millivolts, which helps retain energy within the body. This charge reflects the electrostatic energy that supports the communication and function of the cells in the body. The charge helps in maintaining the fluid's integrity and vitality, which is why retention practices emphasize preserving this charged potential for enhanced physical and mental states. The -16 to -20 millivolt charge contributes to the body's ability to retain and store energy efficiently. When seminal fluids are retained, this stored energy can be redirected for internal healing, regeneration, and increased mental focus. The charge also stabilizes the body's overall electrostatic environment, so the life force of the vessel, of the human temple, enhancing processes like nerve signal transmission and cellular communication, which are crucial for maintaining energy levels and vitality. Retention, particularly practiced when the moon is in your sun sign, allows the body to keep its supercharged seminal fluid, which many of you will know is also referred to as raising the chrism, or as directing energy upward. The conserved energy becomes available for physical and mental rejuvenation, enhancing processes like the Krebs cycle, which generates ATP, cellular energy. The Krebs cycle is also known as the citric acid cycle. It is a crucial part of the process by which our bodies convert food into energy, and sunlight into energy, and air into energy, etc. It takes place in the mitochondria, often called the powerhouses of our cells. The Krebs cycle's main job is to produce molecules that carry energy, specifically ATP, which is the energy currency of our cells. So you can think of the Krebs cycle as a biological battery charger, like a human battery charger, that turns the energy stored in our food and in our cells into a form that they can use. Sacred secretion practices such as alkalizing the body through juice fasting, as we've talked about, or the Daniel fast, which is a natural vegan diet, enhance the body's ability to generate energy, electricity, through retention. By reducing sugars and promoting the Krebs cycle function, the body supports a cleaner, more refined energetic state, felt in mental clarity and other spiritual senses like intuition, premonition, supernatural sight and vision, that we talk about. When these fluids are retained rather than expelled, the body preserves their electric potential, which can positively influence our energy levels, stabilize our mood, increase our ability to focus, and even promote immune function, which is lymphatic function. The lymphatic system is the immune system. Studies have highlighted that the electrostatic potential of retained seminal fluids can be leveraged for overall cellular repair and health. So that is the great regeneration, or the threefold enlightenment, which is felt physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. This is especially important in the context of regenerative and healing practices like meditation and breathwork, which aim to direct this conserved energy inward and upward toward mental health and spiritual growth. Now let's quickly talk about serotonin, the universal molecule between both sexes. Serotonin is also implicated in the retention process. Serotonin is the same in men and women. It's a universal molecule of energy. If you've read The God Design or been following this channel for a while, you'll already know that serotonin, and sero means seed, by the way, so it's like the atoning seed, is the base substance that can be transmuted or transformed, if you prefer that word, into the biochemicals of enlightenment, which again we've talked about at length on this channel. When a person climaxes and ejects their procreative life force, so their seeds and fluids, the body releases a lot of serotonin. Like, it becomes depleted in serotonin, and less serotonin means less base substance. And so, of course, less base substance means there's less of the foundational substance that can be transformed into higher substances. But when serotonin is conserved via retention, it leads to sustained levels of mental peace and focus without the temporary depletion that follows release. Over time, this allows you to maintain higher energy levels during waking hours, which is why many practitioners report enhanced focus, productivity, memory access, and even cognitive expansion, which means consciousness, super consciousness awakening. In conclusion, seminal fluid retention for both men and women involves conserving the electrostatically charged, so basically the Kuṇḍalinī energy within the fluids of the body, which includes certain chemicals, like I said, lecithin and phosphorus are key ones that we've talked about before, and directing this energy, this Kuṇḍalinī, this electrostatic charge, inward and upward for physical, mental, and spiritual enhancement, for the threefold enlightenment, the preservation of the sacred secretion, the great regeneration, whatever you prefer to call it. That's what this is about, and it's universal for both sexes. This practice, supported by both traditional wisdom, like ancient sages talked about this, and it's hidden in so many different literature, stories, famous stories, scriptures, movies, and modern perspectives also. So, our doctors, our physicists, our biologists, and all kinds of different leading authorities are talking about this, because it emphasizes the body's ability to transform conserved seminal fluid, conserved energy, into vitality, into clarity and heightened awareness. So I really felt like I needed to bring that point home this week, because it's not the first time that I've heard people saying that this is just for men. It's not just for men. And also, if you have read the God Design, you'll know that I had the feeling of hot oil rushing up my spine. I saw visions of hot oil rising upwards on my walls. I felt the helix rising on my spine back many, many years ago. And that experience was a catalyst for these studies, for this quest of sharing and informing how transformative and how healing, deeply healing, like I'm talking releasing traumas, releasing addictions, literally feeling comforted and lifted and supported in love, in, you know, something so transcendent. It's hard to really put into words. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this empowers you to continue on your journeys. Thanks for watching. As always, the links to my books, courses and other resources can be found in the description box below this video. And may divine love manifest itself in you all, always and in all ways. Namaste.